Both my parents, they didn't start running until either the end of high school or the beginning of college, so they started a little late. They actually kind of started just to do it. They didn't really know how far that they could go. Like my mom told me, when she started, she was just running to run and just to see how far she would go. She never really thought, when she started, she didn't think that she was going to make it all the way to the Olympics. But she did. She started running. She found that she loved it a lot and she kept going. She kept working hard. And she made it to the Olympics in 1992 and she qualified again in 1996. But unfortunately, at the time, she was living in the US, so the Mexican team didn't want to bring her as part of Mexico, which was a bummer. But she still loves running and she still runs. Right now, she has taken a little bit of a break. But then my dad, he started running, I would say around the same time, end of high school, college. He ran all through college. He was on the national team as well. He ran the steeplechase. He didn't quite make it to the Olympics. I think he made it to like the round before, but he's still one of the best in Mexico, which is something I'm really proud of both of them for. Growing up, I was involved in a lot of my mom's road races. I would go with her, and it was such a good experience, and that's how I got introduced to like track and running. And from there, sometimes they would have like little kid races and I would run. And I liked that a lot because it made my endurance and my conditioning a lot better for soccer. My parents never really put any pressure on my brothers and I to either run track or do soccer. They never were like, oh, you have to do this, this, this. You have to train really hard. They would always encourage us in a way to make us love what we're doing and not feel like we're forced to do it, which is something that helped me a lot because for track, at times I did feel pressure. I remember some races, I would feel that I would have to do good because my parents were really good, but that was something that was brought by myself, not by my parents. But then my parents would always reassure me that as long as I'm trying my best, whatever happens, happens, and not to get like too discouraged. And that's something that now I really take seriously. And I found myself when I did track last spring for UMass Boston, I didn't really feel that pressure anymore. I felt very free to run. And then for soccer, they also never really pressured us there, but they would always encourage us. And I think that's something that I really liked about soccer too, is that because my parents weren't like professional soccer players, I didn't really feel like I had to be at a certain level. And I think that improved my game a lot. Track helps me a lot with running because I'm a distance runner, and so my endurance is, I would say, is pretty good. So it keeps me in shape for soccer. Like soccer, I could probably I remember in high school I would play the 90 minutes, and I wouldn't really feel that tired. The only thing is because I'm a distance runner, sometimes like those sprints aspects of the game, it does get a little hard for me. So that's something I have to work on, like the sprinting portion. And then soccer also helps me with track because it also keeps me in shape. Because soccer involves a lot of short sprints, which really does help as a distance runner because you can run like laps, but then the last like 100 meters of a race, you really have to sprint. And that's something that I find that's really common in soccer. Like it's like the last like 5 minutes of the game and your teammate passes you the ball and you have to sprint even though you're tired. And so I kind of feel that helps me with track at the end of a race and vice versa.